And a 12-year-old and 16-year-old each charged with trying to pull off a very adult crime. Good evening. It tops our news at 5. 2 kids charged with the surprising crime of bank robbery.
Just yesterday, a 16-year-old arrested for robbing a bank on West 7 Mile, and that comes less than a month after a 12-year-old boy is accused of robbing a bank on Woodward. The case is unrelated, but it does raise a question as to why kids as young as 12 are trying to do this. Let's bring in Jason Colthorpe, who's working the story for us today. Jason, I guess the old law has been, if you ask somebody why they rob a bank, they say that's where the money is. Is it that simple here?
It's not that simple, Devin. I think a lot of parents, or at least one parent or a relative in this case, told me it's simply falling in with the wrong crowd. And I think a lot of parents can understand there are many factors at play here. But kids or not, this is an adult crime, and if the 16-year-old is charged as an adult, he could be spending life in prison.
Monday, 2 in the afternoon. A teller at this Chase Bank on 7 Mile gets a note saying, "Hand over the money or I will detonate a bomb." On the other end of that note, a 16-year-old boy. He got the money but was trapped by the auto-lock doors trying to leave. What you can't see here is the baby face of a 12-year-old boy December 17th, handing a note to a Comerica teller also demanding money. He got it and calmly walked out. He also got a dye pack and was caught a little while later. Both boys will be back in court January 11th. Today, prosecutors adjourned to decide if they will charge the 16-year-old as an adult.
He's too young, you know. He was, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all.
His grandmother and legal guardian was told in court if he's convicted as an adult, it could mean life in prison.
The parents don't know half the things that they do, but I think he's a good kid. And what he got caught up into, you know, it's just not right.
One other factor prosecutors could be weighing in this is the fact that the 16-year-old turns 17 in just 11 days. We'll find out what happens next Monday. Until then, that 16-year-old remains here at the Juvenile Detention Center. Downtown tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Jason, tell us a little bit more about these auto-lock doors that you were talking about.
Yeah, pretty shrewd move on the teller's part in that case, Devin. Actually, when you walk into that Chase Bank, there's 2 doors, and you have to be buzzed in and out of each one. So when the young man went in, robbed the bank, when he was leaving, they let him go through the first door, but then didn't let him out the second one, so he was trapped. And all they had to do was wait for police to arrive in that situation.
Shrewd is right,
Devin?
Jason?